Wow. Yet again, Arsenal fail. Yet again, Mikel Arteta fails. Yet again, the ball and ownership have proven that that summer was a shambles, and it's all come to fruition. We can blame a lot of things tonight, and if I'm honest with you, there's a culmination of reasons as to why we are in the position that we're in. League title. People said we're in a title race. We are. We are in a title race. We're still in a title race. That's all I keep hearing. We'll prove it. Go and start putting a run together. Go and start showing a little bit of actual um, understanding of how to change things up when need be. But we can't, can we? Because when we tie, we look to the bench and there's nothing on it because we did nothing in the summer. Can someone please tell me when the transfer window opens, please? Because then hopefully this board will do something. Oh, it's been open for 18 days now. This window's been open for 18 days. 18 days, not 18 minutes, 18 days. And we've failed to do anything yet again. Aston Villa's bench is better than ours, people. It was when we played them at Villa Park and beat them. And it's still better now. John Duran coming on, Marlon coming on. They can bring attackers on. They can bring the likes of Ross Barkley on. They can bring the likes of Buendia when he's fit on. What have we got? What have we got? Raheem Sterling. Rah. Wow. Wow. Raheem the Dream. Look, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Please. I need you to do me a favor. Those two things are the only things at the moment that's going to keep me happy because today it's another rant, I'm afraid. Getting used to these, aren't we, people? We beat Tottenham. Now everyone's in the mud who wanted Arteta out and Kroenke's gone and bored. And then we just go and drop another stinker. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. You were wrong because we beat Tottenham. You were wrong because we lost. You were wrong because we beat. Why were you doing this? Why does everyone have to be bloody wrong? Those that want Arteta in, those that want Arteta out, those that want the board gone, those that think it's the ownership, those that say it was their due. How about just all of them hold a massive L? Because this season is completely and utterly done unless we win the Champions League. And you'll laugh at that because Arsenal don't win Champions Leagues. Arsenal's European heritage is a shambles. So once you've hit the like and subscribe, get the popcorn out because I'm sick and tired of talking to people that are happy with what's going on here. Well, we've had injuries. It's just not one of our seasons. It hasn't been our season for 21 years, people. 21 years it hasn't been our season. And I'm sick and I'm tired of saying the same stuff. We've got injuries, Dan. We've got injuries. Do you know who else has got injuries? Manchester City, Spurs, Chelsea, West Ham. Who else have got injuries? Bournemouth. They've got injuries, just beating Newcastle 4-1. They've got injuries. Brighton, they've got injuries. Forest at the moment have got injuries. I think even Liverpool have had Alisson and Jota out for the majority of the season. So why are we the only ones that get injuries then? Every single time we drop points, it's either the referees, injuries, red cards, VAR, controversial decisions. Why can we not just believe for 1 second that what we have been saying, fans like me, have been saying all season, our summer was a shambles, people. No, it ain't. It's an 8 out of 10 window. Raheem the Dream's coming to save Arsenal. Raheem the Dream's here. We've got Calafiori, who everybody wants at left back, who's clearly a centre back and always injured. We've got Marino, who's going to come in, who did absolutely nothing at all today other than give away one of the first goals. But what happens then? Oh, yeah. Neto doesn't kick a ball. Sterling's running round and can't get anywhere. Marino's coming in and is replacing El Neni, not an upgrade on Xhaka. You've got Calafiori, who can't kick a ball. So all of a sudden now we have a bit of a bad window all of a sudden, don't we? It's not Mikel Arteta, it's the board I keep hearing. It's the owners, it's not the board. It's all of them. It's every single one of them. Yeah? Every single one of them. The summer was a shambles, which is why when we look to our bench, we've got Maldini on it at 18. We've got two kids, Caviar and another guy that I don't know anything about. Butler Adeji keeps getting mentions. He's coming on the substitutes bench now. That ain't supposed to be a dig at those kids, by the way. They shouldn't be anywhere near our bench, but they have to be. Well, that's because we've got injuries, Dan. No, it's because we didn't do anything in the summer. When are you going to wake up and realise this? The summer was a shambles. Well, Tommy Asu's out, you see. Who knew? He's been out for the last 2 years. Shock. He's out again. When are people going to wake up and realise this, man? We're looking to the bench. We go 2-0 up. Yes, they get into the game at 2-1. That's when you look at your bench and go, right, let's change something here. We want to make sure that we actually win this game. We're looking tired. Villa are looking like that at 2-1. Anyone can get him back into a game, but Villa were looking like on the break they could counter us. Let's get someone on. We can't. Doesn't bring Tierney on this time. Doesn't bring Zinchenko on this time. Doesn't bring Jorginho on this time. Doesn't bring anybody but Sterling on. And let's just be real. He was a disaster as well. I don't quite know what to say, really. The team selection. Let's talk about it, shall we? Let's go through it. Let's actually go through the team. Why is he playing Partey at right back again, people? Why is he playing Partey at right back? Especially when Saliba's out as well. And by the way, it's quite a bad one, people, yeah? Get ready for a few months out. Don't get ready for a couple games out. He's out for a while from what Arteta is saying at the end. It's a really worrying injury, apparently. So he's now out. But it's all right because he's got cover for Saliba. What we do is we play Timber at right-sided centre-back, take him out of right-back. Partey goes right-back. We've got Rice and then Marino comes into 8. Rice drops into 6. We've got... What the hell is going on here? Oh, but what would happen really is Ben White would be there or Tommy Asu would be. They're all injured. You've got a centre-back called Kivior. If you don't rate him, what the hell did you buy him for? Yeah? Change 1 for 1. Not you come in here, then you have to shifty here. You shifty back into here. You shifty from the 6 down to the right back. You're the right back and the left back. You're now centre back. What the hell is going on here? No wonder we look shaky at the back. Crikey. We've completely shattered it again. What are we doing that for, man? Real talk, what are we doing that for? Surely you just put Timber at right back, and then you have to leave Gabriel and Lewis Skelly there because of how good they've been. And then if Saliba's out, one player comes in for Saliba. It has to be Kivior. It has to be. Or you have to play Tierney at right back, which he's played for Celtic, and put Timber in at right centre back. You don't shift your best midfielder in right back. We haven't won there once. And this is what people do not understand, right? People do not get this. Partey ain't that bad at right back. That ain't the issue. Partey's fine. But we need him and Rice in midfield. Partey's been our best midfielder. He brings the balance. Declan Rice has the drive forward. Thomas Partey has the interceptions. It actually was starting to work. He was more of a double pivot in the last couple of games, Rice. Certain games he was bombing forward, which I don't like, but it was starting to work. And now all of a sudden we're back to Partey playing at right back. Declan Rice was superb today, by the way, because he was more deeper in his no natural position. But surely you play Partey in midfield. Oh my God. And down that side was the guy that the goals come from and the cross comes in and then he can't get to it. And Watkins has been unmarked. You've got Marino, I think, gets the touch of the own goal. It's just a disaster. It's just an absolute disaster. And we go 2-0 up and we're looking comfortable and we should win the game and we don't. Because when we tire, we look to the bench and we've got Raheem Sterling on it with a bunch of 18-year-olds. That's all we've got. It ain't a good enough squad. It clearly ain't. It's good enough for top 4. We could walk away if we were top 4 going, do you know what? That's actually a good point against a good Villa side that's got a decent squad. But we ain't going for top 4. We're going for a title, or at least we're supposed to be. I'm sick of this every single season being proved right that we cannot get across the line with Mikel Arteta. How much more do we have to see? before we actually believe that we might need to move this guy on. It's got to be done in May if we do not win anything. I can't have anybody tell me that injuries, referees, red cards were the reason that we didn't win something this season, because I am now going to potentially see Arnie Slot winning something before him, Maresca winning a Conference League before him. I've got David Moyes who's managed to win a trophy before Mikel Arteta. I've got Ten Hag who's managed to win before Arteta. And dare I say, Ange Postecoglou does the unthinkable and wins the League Cup or Europa League before Mikel Arteta as well. So don't tell me that we do not need another manager if he is trophyless at the end of the season, because he is the reason that we are doing the madness in these games. He's the reason that we're playing party at right back. He's the reasons we're not changing it. He's the reason it's like for like. He wanted Raheem Sterling. He wanted Kai Havertz. He wanted Jesus. He didn't get cover for Saka. He didn't get cover for Saliba. He's still at 15 left backs, not got one that he rates other than Miles Lewis-Skelly, who come through the bloody youth system. On top of the goalkeepers he's bought, we've still not replaced Xhaka. We've still not replaced Aubameyang. Come on, guys. How long is this going to take? How long does it take until we actually get this guy? Oh, real talk, man. How long does it take before we get to win something at this club? Just anything. Give me anything, and don't give me any poxy charity shields, yeah? That we don't even deserve to be in because we didn't actually bloody win anything. We got put there because we come runners up. Don't give me any of this poxy charity shield crap. I'm sick of it, man. Do me a favour and hit the like button and subscribe, please. I beg you. That's the only thing you can do to cheer me up right now. I'm livid with this team, man. I'm livid with this club. It's not just these 11 players, yeah? You can look at the individual performances if you want. Some of them I felt were good. Some of them I felt were good. Yeah? You can look at that if you want. Let's do some super chats before we move forward. This one comes in from 13X, who says, hello, Dan, mate. That's the 6th time we've gone on to draw after leading in games this season. That amounts to 12 points dropped. It's criminal. Big up, bro. Nikhil says, Dan, bro, I was fearing the worst, to be honest. The win over Spurs was just a temporary reprieve and papering over the cracks. We all knew that. And Villa was going to be a much harder game. Second half, a tactical disaster. Hit the likes, please, people. We've got nearly 400 in here. We've not even hit 100 likes yet. So that means a lot of you are sitting on the button. Make sure you close the chat, hit like, subscribe, and then open up the chat and let's have some fun. Because that's the only thing that we can do now is laugh at how bad Arsenal are. Going back to this from 13X, by the way, yeah, that's 8 draws now. 8 draws. Last season, we drew 5 and lost 5. Not good. And do you know what also makes me laugh? People that say, well, we're in the same position that we were last season. Yeah, exactly. Last season, we ruined the first 19 games by losing to West Ham and Fulham. This season, we've gone worse than that by already destroying most of what was quite winnable games against Brighton home and away, against Bournemouth and Newcastle away. Losing games to the Manchester United, FA Cup, and Newcastle, putting our season into the mud, going out of 2 competitions again. And what happened last season for us to go and miss out by 2 points? We went and won 15 games on the trot. We've now got to do that again. We've got 16 games left and we've got to win all of them, people. It's ridiculous. Injuries. Big up to Henry. Solanke's out for 8 weeks. We're in a relegation battle. Everton will beat us tomorrow. Do you know what, bruv? I honestly don't care anymore, Henry. Like, I don't even care about Tottenham. I never have, to be fair. You know I haven't. And I've got love for you. But real talk, man. Both our clubs are in an absolute mess. Yours are worse because of where you are in the league. But let's be real. We're probably both going to win absolutely F all this season, mate. Because we ain't got serious managers or serious ownerships at both of our clubs. We've got all the gear, but no idea. We're turning it to Tottenham, by the way. People hate to hear it. But we now talk about history just like Tottenham did. When I was growing up, it was always about Tottenham winning back then in the day. Now what do we do? Arsenal fans, what do we do? What is it that we do? Is yours gold? That was 21 years ago. About the last 5 years. Is yours? Oh, yeah, we haven't won anything. We got the Champions League? No, we haven't got the Champions League. About the League Cup? Yeah, we haven't won that for 30 years. we did win in Europe. Yeah, that was over 31 years ago. Turning into Tottenham, aren't we? Because we don't bloody win. That's what happens. And this is what I get sick and tired with when fans call me toxic. Oh my God, he's so negative and he's moaning again. Oh, what do you want me to do? Come on here and go, it was 2-2 at the Emirates today. I thought we were by far the best team on the night, and I thought there was absolute ample opportunity for to get 6-2. Unfortunately, though, it was 2-1. But it doesn't matter if it's 2-2. It really does not matter because we are going to win everything this season. Maybe I should just do that. Maybe I'll get more views. Maybe people will tell me that I'm positive and that I really love tuning into Dan because he's absolutely positive about Arsenal and where they're going. Stan Kroenke, another great performance from him today. Joshua Kroenke, great to see him at the North London derby. Aren't we so lucky to have amazing owners like these two? Let's be positive. Our sporting director, I know he's gone, but what a job he's doing over at Forest. It's brilliantly positive to see that. And we've got Jason Ato now. Nobody knew who he was, I bet, didn't you? Well, I tell you what, he's going to do a fine job. Have you not seen the absolutely brilliant start he's had to the January transfer window? 18 days in. Look at the 6 players we've brought in. Wonderful from Jason. Now we've got Mikel Arteta. I mean, what is this, really? Are we actually serious? Is this what you want me to do? Maybe I need to go and turn my channel into toxic positivity because then I might get more people that give me less abuse. Oh, I like listening to Dan. He's really positive, isn't he? Oh, I know it was 2-2 today, but I mean, he's still trusting the process. He still believes in Mikel. He still thinks that Kroenkes are going to take us to the new level. 17 years we've had this ownership part of this club. They've won another other than a flutter of FA Cups. That's all they've won. Same story. But because it's now Mikel, everyone thinks it's different. It ain't different. We're going into phase 6 and we need a rebuild. No, we don't. We just need a striker. No, we don't. We need a striker. We need a left winger. We need a right winger. We need a number 10. We need a number 8. We're going to need another 6 when Partey and Jorginho go. We need cover for Saliba at right centre-back. Kivior's leaving, so we need left cover at centre-back. And then we've got 2 of our left-backs going, so we need a left-back. That's 9 players. Oh, and we need another goalkeeper because Neto's going to go. So that's 10. So we need 10 players. 10 players. Ha! 10 players. Phase 5. The rebuild is phase 6, let me tell you that. I'm sick of it. I really am. I'm sick of it. And I actually don't care whether Mikel Arteta stays or goes anymore. He's shown me what he is. He ain't good enough to get us across the line. And if we get to May and we've won nothing and he stays, then Mikel, fair play to you. You've done everything you can. And they are keeping you in the job. So fair play. It is not your fault. It is not your fault. I genuinely believe you've done your best. And I genuinely want you to win something in May because I think it would be a phenomenal story for you to lift the Champions League. I think it would be amazing for you to win the Premier League. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We know this. And we have to just stand by it. Suge, big up to you. We people say same position as last season. Yeah, agreed. Second on the table. Do you know what's happened? We've stood still and everyone else has moved forward, which means that some have caught us up and some have actually leapfrogged us. Liverpool. Today, when it was 0-0, it's 89 minutes. I'm in the pub and everyone's telling me it's 0-0. There was no TV in the pub I was in. I said that'll be 1-0 Liverpool. I came out the pub and I had people text me going, FFS, FFS, Liverpool, oh my God, engraved the title, now it's theirs. I said, oh, was it 1-0 last minute? They said, no, 2-0. I thought, oh, blimey. I went for 1-0. It was 2-0. Sign of a good side. Now, I will say this. We did that a couple of seasons ago and didn't win the league. We did it against Villa. We did it against Bournemouth. You remember Jorginho's last-minute screamer when it come off the back of Emi Martinez's head? You remember the last-minute Reece Nelson goal against Bournemouth. We still didn't win the league. We had last-minute goals last season against Luton Town, if you remember. That people won't remember that as a title race, but trust me, it was really pivotal. We had a couple of other opportunities as well where we scored last minute. But trust me, we weren't enough to win. So perhaps there's too much of a way to go to be giving it to Liverpool now. But they're going to go 9 points clear when they beat Everton, which they will do, by the way. So that's it. So there we go. It's frustrating. And I came out today and I wasn't angry. I was just like, meh. And I was on the train back home, and I'm kind of realizing now that actually, yeah, I need to vent because the season's pretty much done in my eyes. And it's not because of the 9 points potentially, it's because of how we're playing. That's what it is. It's because of how we're playing. I'm just annoyed, really annoyed. That's all I can say. Um, so I'm not in a good mood. Um, I'm sick of it. I'm not in a position to kind of have hope because I know what's happening. I know what we are. I know who we are as a club. I know we have owners that only care about their American sports. I know we have owners that only care about making money and not winning. I know we have owners that have zero ambition. I know we have a board that, since it's been depleted with Edu and Vinay going, hasn't replaced it and has just given all the power to the young manager. I know that we have a board that at the moment has no ambition of signing anybody or taking us to the next level to at least support Mikel in the times that are rough. And I know that we have a manager that at this moment in time has proven every season that he can't get us across the line. So what are we actually trying to do here? As much as I laughed at this process, now it does look laughable because we've spent 5 years to get back to square one. Oh, it's not square one. We were eighth. Yeah, we shouldn't have been eighth, by the way. Yeah, it was a disgrace that we were eighth. Said it before. It's like you're saying Bolt pulling a hamstring and coming 12th and then getting back up to fifth and going, oh my God, he's come up 7 places. It's because he shouldn't have been in 12th. Ridiculous. That's what it is. Shocking. I ain't happy, people. I ain't happy. Do me a favor. Come check us out next Friday. Come meet and greet us. Scan the QR code. Click on the link in the description. Make sure you get your tickets for this. It's going to go off tomorrow, this show. This is London. Lawless and D are going to be at it. Don, Deji going to be at it as well. Got myself and lead judges that are going to be here. Friday the 24th, people. Not got long. Make sure you get your tickets because they've got a lot of people coming and I want to make sure we see as many people as possible for the meet and greet. So please make sure we do that. Look, I've got to be real with you when I say I have absolutely no time whatsoever for getting too angry and stressed about this anymore. But I can't help it. People say to me, stop going. I'm not going to stop going. I go to football for more than just the 90 minutes, but the 90 minutes at the moment is becoming the worst part. I'm sitting through 90 minutes of this and I'm thinking, I'm not confident we're winning. It's just ridiculous. I'm sick and tired. And I feel like I repeat the same stuff all the time, but no one seems to take it in or listen. We ain't a serious club. The Cronkies have turned us into losers. It's been a failure under their ownership. The manager, unfortunately, I don't think has got any credentials to get us across the line. Yet I know what we're going to be seeing is him signing a new deal because we reward failure. Now, people might say that's a bad fan. You get behind your team till the end. He can still win the Premier League. He can still win the Champions League. He can't. He can't. He's not good enough. He might fluke the Champions League like Di Matteo did. He might get into a position in the Premier League where we take Liverpool to the wire. But we know how it ends. I've seen this movie way too many times. And unfortunately, we're in a position where a lot of the fans are now starting to believe that also we are going nowhere. And that's the problem we've got now. There's a lot of the fans that are starting to believe it. So I'm sick and tired of it, if I'm honest. Sports Genius, big up to you, bro. I hope you're really well. Cheers for the super chat. He says, Dan, we're wrong firing Wenger. We would have won a league and a few FA Cups in 7 years. Remember fans insulting his personal life? By the way, we can use Chaka now. Do you know what's mad? I don't think we would have been any worse with Arsene Wenger staying with £700 million spent in that 5-year period. What I didn't want was Arsene Wenger staying with the current regime they had, where they gave him all the power and said that you've got to be using them staffies and Kolasinacs. But if I put Arsene Wenger in charge of this team, we would win something. It might not be a Premier League and it might not be a Champions League, but I would absolutely put my house on him winning a trophy in 5 years with this squad. How crazy is that? Now, that doesn't mean that I want him back, by the way, because I wanted him gone. What it does mean, however, is that actually we ain't much further forward from when Arsene Wenger was here. And I keep saying this, yeah? The last 5 years were more successful than it's Mikel Arteta's first 5 years. And people say, but it was a mess when Mikel took over. It was a mess when Arsene Wenger took over, mate. George Graham had just been dumped off and done over. Bruce Rioch had tried to do his best to ruin what he had. And Arsene Wenger picked it up, a toxic Arsenal, that everything had gone wrong behind the scenes, where George Graham and the players were all falling out. People forget that. We were going nowhere. We'd finished about 11th or 12th, I think, under Bruce Rioch that season. And then Arsene Wenger took it over. And then in his next first full season, won the bloody double. And then we went on to win another double, Champions League final, FA Cup, Invincibles. Come on. Remember this. Under Arsene Wenger, in the last 5 years at the Emirates, we won FA Cups. We got to League Cup final, into a title race, and in a Europa League semi-final. In Emery's time, we got 1 point off top four with a shocking side and to the Europa League final. Then we sacked him. And since then, Arteta has got us 8th, 5th, 2nd, and won nothing other than the FA Cup with Emery's team that he walked into. What are we not seeing here? This is all factual. I don't see how people can say tell me what I'm saying is wrong. It's not wrong. It's factual. He hasn't been able to get us across the line. That's a fact. Will he one day? Some people say yes. Some people say no. I want to tell you this. If you believe, give me the evidence to tell you why he can win a league and a Premier League and a Champions League. Those that don't believe, why is it? We know why. Because the evidence suggests he can't do it. If I got into my motor and it didn't start, and the next day I got in and it didn't start, and the next day I got in and it didn't start, why am I still getting in it just expecting one day it to start? Because the evidence suggests my car won't start. So why the hell am I expecting it to start? Because it ain't for the last 5 days running. And this is what we've got with Mikel Arteta. Why are we expecting him to take us across the line with a major when he hasn't been able to do it for 5 years? So I get quite a lot of people that get really frustrated when I doubt the manager because they get really sensitive and they all love him and think he's the best thing since sliced bread, which is very bizarre, by the way. I don't quite understand why, but they do. They love him and they think what he's done is a genius work. And I think what he's done deserves praise. I think that's definite. He deserves to get praise for taking us to a title challenge. But people say to me, who do you want? Well, I'd take Zidane. He's not coming. I'd take Simone Inzaghi. He's not coming. I take Carlo Ancelotti. He's not coming. I take Xabi Alonso. He's not coming. I take Diego Simeone. He's not coming. So there's no other managers out there then. He is the one. If nobody else is coming, because Arsenal aren't big enough for any of those names, we're small Arsenal that no one wants to manage other than Mikel, Pep's boy, we're in trouble then, aren't we? Or are you talking waffle? Yeah. And actually, we can upgrade on this guy. Real talk. Big up to Billy. Well played today, bro. I didn't actually see you in the chat. So apologies if you've been there all the whole time. There's a reason rival fans want him to stay. Facts. Spitting facts. Again. There is a reason nobody wants Mikel Arteta in the top 6. Oh, if he goes, he'll get a job at Real Madrid. Will he? You know, the last 6 months, they'll kick him out. I will go Barcelona then. He come from there. They'll kick him out as well. I will go PSG then. He used to play for them. They'll get rid of him, just like they did Ancelotti and Emery and all these guys. So if he wants to leave, he'd have to go, in my opinion, and try and Villarreal, Valencia, one of those clubs. That's what I think. Anyway, crazy. Big up to Billy, man. Make sure you're following Billy on all socials, man. Big Villa fan. So yeah, look, I don't understand why those names. I mean, am I being Billy? You're in the chat. Am I being mad here? You're a Villa fan, right? I'm an Arsenal fan. Do you think Arsenal can attract Diego Simeone, Simone Inzaghi, Carlo Ancelotti, Zinedine Zidane, or do you think those managers are going to go, no, thanks. I want to go and manage Arsenal. No, thank you. What do you think we should be going and getting those names? Like, real talk. I understand why people are saying no to those sort of names. Why the hell would we believe Mikel Arteta over those names? Because those names have been proven. This is the absolute equivalent, right, of saying which driver do you want in Formula One, Lewis Hamilton, yeah, or Oliver Beerhead? Well, Beerhead, I think, because Lewis Hamilton's washed. No, he's not. He's won 7 world championships. You're taking Lewis in your car. You're not taking Oliver Beerhead at all. Not yet, anyway. This is what we're doing. Do you want Zidane? No, thanks. Crikey. What, 3 Champions League winner of Zidane? A Liga title winner? One of the best footballers ever with the best footballing brains? No, thank you. I want this Mikel Arteta, mate. You've not seen what he's done for 5 years. He's taken us from 8th to 2nd. Right. I know what one I'd prefer. Trust me. Yeah? Trust me. Billy's got back to me. Good lad. What's he said? You can do as you're a huge club. You've just got to pay the money, which they clearly have, as Arteta is on mega bucks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're giving this guy £15 million, 3-year contract. It's getting signed, people. Get used to it. Stop crying about Arteta. He's staying. Yeah? And do you know what? We should all be happy, apparently, because he's going to win us a title. He's going to win us a Champions League. We're going to win trophies under Mikel Arteta. Next 3 years, what's the expectation then? In that 3 years at £15 million a year, let me ask you this. What's he winning? Tell me. Tell me what we're winning. Tell me what we are winning. Billy spitting facts. This is an Aston Villa fan, by the way, people, telling us not to be happy. Arsenal should not be happy with mediocrity. This is an Aston Villa fan who respects Arsenal. Yeah? He's not an Aston Villa fan who's laughing right now because he's just taken a point off of us after being 2-0 down, pointing the finger. He's looking at genuine concerns about our fan base, telling us that we should not be happy with mediocrity. And everyone's saying that I'm negative. Wow. I'm the negative one, but a Villa fan is spitting facts ahead of most of my fan base. Crazy. Big up to you, Lawrence. Says, Dan, just watched Bournemouth spank Newcastle 4-1. Bring in Areola. Get rid of that fraud Cone boy now, immediately. A lot of people hating on Arteta. A lot of people are pointing towards Areola. A lot of people are pointing towards Marco Silva. A lot of people are pointing towards managers like Xabi Alonso. Honestly, what's happening? How did we get here? The last 2 seasons at the Emirates has been rocking. This season's been one of the worst match-going seasons I've been to in a long time. It's just dead. There's no oomph. Everyone knows. Everyone's given up. No one cares about this. Everyone's like, we're going to be in the mud. Let's just get this Champions League and see what we can do. And when we go out of that, because I think we will, that's done. It's done. Ali D says, Saliba looks like he's out with a hamstring. Funny what happens to young players when you flog them to death, isn't it? Saka and now Saliba. Ali D, you're so bang on, bruv. You're so bang on. Where's the Saliba cover? Because when he went down 2 years ago, we had to play Rob Holding there. Where's the Saliba cover? There ain't any. There bloody ain't any. We do not have Saliba cover. It's Ben White. Right, he's injured. What happens then? We play Tomiyasu. Well, we can't rely on that because he's always injured. So who plays there? Oh, Timber. And then we have to shift Partey to the right back. Marino into the 8. Rice drops back into the 6 after playing all season in the 8. And we go again from there. Right, that's not good enough, Mikel. Well, that's what we've got. Right, and you want us to go and win a title like that? Yep. Right, okay. You're clearly not the man for the job then. No Saliba cover. No right-sided centre-back cover. Aston Villa have got better centre-backs than us. In terms of cover, they're not better than Gabriel and Saliba. They've got Pau Torres. They've got Honza. They've got Tyrone Mings. And they've got Diego Carlos. We have got Gabriel, Saliba, Kivior. Oh, we've got Ben White and Timber that can play there. But ain't they got to play right back, left back and centre back? We got Tomiyasu. Well, he's injured. When he does play, he plays right back, left back and centre back. Calafiori's there. We've got him at left back. He's injured. He can play left-sided centre-back as well. Kivior's left-sided centre-back. Where are the right-sided centre-backs? Ben White, well, he's now injured and he's playing at right-back. Just go and buy another bloody centre-back. Just go and buy another bloody centre-back at right-sided, please. Stop trying to play this versatile stuff. He's overthinking it all. Every player, you've got 5 positions. Every player, you coming in, you can play in 5 positions. How about going buy 11 players that can play on the first team and another 11 that can back them up? Yeah, there's your 22-man squad, Mikel. Why aren't we doing that? Sick of it, man. Drives me insane. Lawrence, big up. I'm waiting for Ty's interview on AFTV where he blames the weather. Do you know what? There'll probably be a lot of excuses tonight, and I don't care about for excuses anymore. I'm sick and tired of hearing excuses at this club. If it's not the referees, it's VAR. If it's not the referees and VAR, it's red cards. If it's not red cards, it's the weather. If it's not the weather, it's the AFTV are the problem, or the fans are the problem, or the so-and-so is the problem. Do you know what? I think the fans have a lot to answer for, if I'm honest, but I actually don't look at fans like that. I look at fans that are so happy right now to accept what's going on at this club. For 21 years, we haven't won a title, and for 31, we haven't won a League Cup or a European trophy, and it's taken now 5 without FA Cups. When I grew up, I only went between 5 and 7 years without winning anything. I was born in 87. We won 87. We won 89. We won 91. We won 94 and 93. We won 98. We won in 2002. We won in 2003. Won in 2004. Won in 2005. We won then 9 years from 2005 right the way through to 2014, where we won the FA Cup. And then we won in 2015, 2017, and 2020. And guess what? It's been 5 years and we ain't won anything. So this is the longest trophy drought in our last decade. And we're lauding it up to be something, the second coming of fucking Pep. What is happening here? What is going on at this club? Seriously, people, why are we accepting this absolute mediocrity? I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. I just don't care anymore. Like, people say to me, do you want the Cronkies out? Do you want Arteta out? Do you want to... The reason I keep saying show me in May is because I'm being told that we're going to win the Premier League and the Champions League. So let's go and take a look. He's going to win one of them, surely. That was what he had to do, was deliver. You can't come second again. So what do you do? What do you do? Now, when teams were coming second regularly, like Klopp and Wenger, and even Fergie, Pep Guardiola's come second before, the difference was they had huge credit in the bank with a CV that says, I've either won somewhere else or I've won at this club. Klopp had a CV to say, I've won at Dortmund and I've won at Liverpool. Sir Alex Ferguson and Wenger had won stuff previously at both Monaco and Aberdeen, and also had won with Manchester United and Arsenal. And when you look at Mikel Arteta now, you're thinking this is your first ever job. You're going to make mistakes, and he is making mistakes. Now, let's try and boost it up a little bit at least. Let's talk about some of the players that did do well today. Because I was really impressed with Gabriel and Lewis Skelly yet again. This Miles Lewis Skelly at 18 is setting the standard right now of how to play football at this club. He's showing fight, he's showing passion, he's showing desire. His strength is phenomenal for an 18-year-old. He's winning duels, he's getting his foot in, he's getting interceptions in, he's passing the ball well, he's moving it around well. He could play in that left 8, and do you know what? I think he'd be better at it than Marino would. He looks like he can drive forward. He looks like he can defend. He looks like he can invert. He looks like he's enjoying his football. Fearless, confidence. How many more words can I describe for this kid, man? He's been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So big up to him. He's been great. Gabriel deserves a mention tonight. I thought he won everything in the first half. Tackle-wise, he's looking great from corners. Set piece is always a threat. I know he didn't score any tonight, but he always looks a threat. And then you've obviously got how he can pass out from the back. Fair play. Declan Rice, immense tonight in everything that he did. Interceptions, duels won, driving us forward, set pieces, deliveries into the box, making runs, linking up play. I thought he was excellent. Trossard, thought he played really well. Thought him and Martinelli picked it up, actually. And if I'm honest with you, Martinelli deserved the goal. And Trossard, I thought, definitely should have had more of a mention today in the fan cams I've listened to. I thought he was really good. Yeah, I thought he was really good. Kai Havertz, yeah, scored the goal, but if I'm honest with you, it was a pretty pathetic performance yet again. Yeah, he put his foot in and he worked hard for the team and he ran around again, but he gets in the way so much. The handball, I've seen it back, it is a handball. He turns round and people think it's hit his chest, but it hasn't. They're looking at the wrong arm. It's hit his arm and gone in. It's a handball. So there's no excuses there. There's no more moaning. That's why Arsenal fans aren't moaning about referees today, because they know they got it right. But the reason we didn't win wasn't because of, oh my God, we should have won that. If that would have gone in, we would have won. We should have won because we were bloody 2-0 up, right? Martinelli puts us in front, and then we go 2-0. And then that 2-0 with the ball from Trossard and the goal from Havertz, we should be comfortably winning that game. But we're not. Why? Because defensively, we're not as solid as last season. We haven't got enough cover. We're struggling from the bench. We're struggling and we look tired, and there's nothing to come on. Sick of it, man. Excuse me. Lawrence says, Craig Burley said on ESPN that most Arsenal fans are a mirror image of the club itself, spineless with weak mentalities who accept failure for success. And Burley is spot on. Thumbs up. Wow. I mean, I can't say that is not spot on. I hate to say that is true, but it's true. And it's not good at all. It's really not good. I just don't know how much more of this absolute nonsense I can take. And I'm sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. Now, there is one way that you can make things positive. After some of the players that deserve a mention tonight, and I think I've been kind enough to say that they were the positives of the night, there is another way that you can make things positive, and that's going and doing something in the transfer window. But do we do it? It's 18 days in. We've needed a forward, a striker, an attacking midfielder of some kind coming in, and we've done nothing. We have Ethan Nwaneri out. We have Saka out. We have Jesus out. We now have Saliba out. Calafiori's still out. Ben White's still out. Tomiyasu's out. 7 players out, and we have done nada. Nada. Why have we done nothing in January? Why have we not had at Christmas time a discussion to say, right, we've just had Bukayo gone down. 21st of December, he went kaput. But do you know what? As much as it's frustrating, thank God it's now, because we've got January round the corner. And we've done nothing. Nothing. I'm sick of it. Every January transfer window, it is just another month. It is no window open. It is an absolute disgrace that we've done nothing again. And this is where the heat's off of Mikel now, because he can't be the guy that gets blamed for transfers. He can be a part of that, but when he's not being told that he's got any funds or there's no players coming in, that is on the board and the ownership just as much, if not more, than Mikel Arteta. Yes, they're a partnership and they're a team and they do it all together and they look at targets. But in 18 days, this board and ownership have been asleep. Forget Stan, we don't hear from him. It's silent Stan for a reason. Joshua Kroenke, what are you doing? Jason Ato, what are you doing? Richard Garlick, what are you doing? Mikel Arteta, what are you doing? And are you putting enough pressure on him to get us something across the line here? Sick of it, man. Sick of it. Small club mentality, says Billy. Shambles that Arsenal haven't done anything. It is more than a shambles, bruv. More than a shambles. Lawrence says 18 days into the transfer window, but Arsenal, it's Saturday. Facts, bruv. Facts, bro. Dave says, Dan, we're not quite there. Unfortunately, 5 years I've expected more. Let's hope come 31st of January we've done something to address the obvious issues. And this is the thing, bruv, yeah? I love what you've said there, Dave, at the end. Obvious issues. Everybody knows what Arsenal need. Everybody knows right now what Arsenal are lacking. And everybody knows what injury problems we've got. So when you walk into Arsenal, whether you know a lot about their squad, whether you know a lot about their team or first 11, we all know that we need a striker because we haven't replaced Aubameyang. We need a left 8 because we haven't replaced Xhaka. We need a left winger because Martinelli and Trossard have fallen off a cliff. We need a right winger because Sterling's not the guy needs replacing. We need a number 10 because Erdegaard's the only one that we've got. We need a centre-back that can play right-sided because Saliba's the only one we've got because half the others are playing right-back, left-back, injury-prone, up the tree or whatever the hell else they're doing. And we've got a goalkeeper, Raya, who's the only one we've got because Neto is cup-tired and they don't want to play him even in the cups. So That means there's a lot of positions that Arsenal can do. Oh, on the left back, I've not even mentioned that, by the way, that we have had Nuno Tavares, we've had Kivior playing there, we've had Zinchenko playing there, we've had Kieran Tierney playing there, we've had Timber, Tomiyasu, and we've had Calafiori. And guess who the best one is out of those 7? A new one that comes through the ranks at 18, Miles Lewis-Skelly. So those 7 left backs have all failed to impress the fans ahead of Kieran Tierney, who got dropped, other than Miles Lewis-Skelly, who finally walks in. And now it's a positive thing. Oh, that's positive. I'm glad we got injuries. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known what Ethan and Miles Lewis-Skelly were about. That's the only positive that we can take from a season so far. Dear me. Suge, 2 seasons ago when Saliba was out, the excuse that was used was that we had no Saliba cover. 2 years and 4 windows later, we have not fixed anything. We did have Saliba cover. His name was Rob Holden. You can find him trying to get in the first team at Crystal Palace. We used him for a title. He's alongside Eddie Nketiah, who also can't get into Crystal Palace's first team, who we were using to try and win a title up front with the number 14 on his back on 100 grand a week. Yes, that's happened under this process and manager. Aren't we fantastic and special? Absolute shambles. Listen, people, we're going to leave it there. Make sure you stay tuned, though, because me and Lee Judges are going to be live. It's going to be redirecting you over to Lee at 11:30. Me and Lee are on, and it's not going to be pretty. So make sure that you're over there, please, people. And yeah, make sure you've done me a favor. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Make sure you scan the QR code now for this so that you get to come and see us on Friday. I'd love to see as many of you there as possible. It'd be absolutely superb to meet you all in person. Be myself and Lee Judges. It'll be Sophie Nicolau, Lawless D, Deji, and Don, all there as well. So please make sure that you are there, people. Big up to every single one of you. I think I've done all the super chats. Yes, I have. Thank you so much for those. I really appreciate it. Over 700 of you watching live. It's great numbers again. So listen, head over to Lee Judges and myself now. 11:30. I'll see you there in a bit, people. We're out of here.